Hi friends, welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Thank you so much for coming back if you've been here before. If you are new to the channel, every single week I post a new pick a card reading that you, the viewer, get to vote for. So if that is something that you are interested in, get cozy, consider subscribing to the page. And this week we are looking at your next big timeline shift. So what doors are opening for you? And I have three options. Option number one is the Star card from the Seer Tarot. Option number two is this beautiful Star card, and this is from a new tarot deck. I will let you know what deck that is. I don't have it in front of me right now. And option number three is the Star card from the Mythos Tarot deck. So ask yourself which pile or maybe piles have a message for you, and let's talk about what you can expect during this reading. So we're going to kick off the reading by doing a current energy check-in, and that is meant to help you determine if this is the right pile for you. We are then going to move into the catalyst, so the person, event, or realization that activates the new timeline for you. We're going to move into what are you shedding, so an old belief, attachment, or version of you that can't come along to this new timeline. We're going to look at the door that's opening, so the main opportunity or next chapter unfolding. We're going to look at the hidden door, so what is a blessing or opportunity breakthrough that you don't see coming that arrives with this shift. We're going to look at how this affects your path, so what are the ripple effects in your career, love, purpose, just life in general, whatever wants to come through there. We're going to look at your role in this shift. So what action, mindset, or embodiment will help you anchor this new timeline? Then we're going to look at support from spirit. So guidance or protection surrounding you during this transition. And we're going to move into the future you. So a glimpse into who you are becoming and the reality that you are stepping in. In addition to that, I do have some pre-shuffled oracle cards that are going to be a part of the reading. And we are going to be using the Seer Tarot for pile number one. For pile number two, this is the Lovely Ladies Tarot deck, and we're going to be using that. And for pile number three, we are going to be using the Mythos Tarot deck. So if that sounds like something that you are interested in, stick around. We are about to get started. If this is where you leave me, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I hope to see you again soon. Let's jump in. Hello, pile number one. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to the Star card from the Seer Tarot deck. So as a reminder, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. If it does not fit, do not force it to fit. Also, I did do a reading breakdown at the beginning, which is going to tell you exactly what is going to be covered and in the format it will be covered in. So I highly, highly suggest that you check that out. To get started, we are going to kick off the reading with a current energy check-in. So if this part of the reading doesn't resonate with what you are going through, where you are at, then this is probably not your pile. Try choosing a different pile, or it could be that this specific reading doesn't have a message for you, which is okay. Let's get started. So first we have woman holding a heart. Okay, fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel. And cornucopia. Okay, I actually love this energy for you, pile number one. So let's talk about what's going on, because I think for my pile number ones, you're in a place where you are figuring out, right? We have the throat chakra, which is the fifth chakra with Archangel Gabriel. And I think that my pile number ones are in a place where you are figuring out what's important to you, what matters to you, and you are working on finding alignment to that thing or that situation or whatever it is. That is what you are figuring out and finding the alignment to. For some of you, this could have to do with relationships and figuring out what kind of relationship I want, what kind of relationship do I want to be in, maybe what kind of relationship I don't want. So there is a lot of focus here on heart's desires, what you want, what you desire, what you see for yourself moving forward. And I think for my pile number ones, there is a big focus on How do I bridge the gap between where I am currently at and where I want to be? So, this feels like a time where if you pick this pile, you are doing a lot of active work on manifesting something that you are in alignment with, something that feels like it's part of your purpose, or something that just feels like it's part of what you want to experience in this lifetime. And that could be through activity, that could be through clarity, that could be through different avenues for different people. But it feels like a very clear focus on this is what I desire at this point in time, and I am going to accept no less. For some of you, as I said, it's going to be relationships. For others of you, it's going to be maybe career, finances, a project, an idea, a way of being, something in the spiritual realm. But the overall energy for my pile number ones is alignment and figuring out how do I get from point A to point B. And I do think that this is a pile where you are being very intentional, you are being very positive, you are trying to manifest from a place of empowerment, not from a place of scarcity or lack. That's coming through here very clearly. And I do think for my pile number ones, there is an understanding that what you want, what you desire, wants you back, so that it's something that is meant to find you, that is meant to connect with you, that is waiting on the other side of all of the hard work that you are doing. And for some of you, you have received some sort of intuition, some sort of visual. If you are clairvoyant, it's a visual. If you are clairsentient, it's, a feeling. If you are claircognizant, it's an inner knowing that there is something big just right on the horizon that is ready to kind of come through as a breakthrough, that is ready to come in and get you to the other side of wherever it is that you are currently at. But I do think that there is a understanding for my pile number ones that it's not going to be a super long wait, or that it's not going to be something that you have to kind of go against the current, that it's something that you are already in alignment with, and that this is more about the pieces falling together and falling into place so that you can have exactly what you've been desiring and manifesting. And another thing for my pile number ones, as a result of this alignment, you are becoming more confident in your truth and your voice, and not only using your throat chakra in a sense of what I want and what I desire and asking for it, but in a way of living your truth and standing in the confidence of who you are, what you deserve, and what you are here to experience. So there's a lot going on for this group, and it feels like a lot of shifts, a lot of happiness is like right around the corner. And I do think for many of my pile number ones, you are already experiencing a sense of like peace and harmony, with the understanding that you are so close and that you are already starting to experience a lot of the changes that you desire in your life and a lot of the changes that you want to focus on in your life. And I do think that this is a group where for some of you, you are actively doing chakra work, especially with the heart chakra and the throat chakra. And for some of you, the crown chakra being very activated at this time. I'm also seeing a lot of butterfly energy around this group. So a lot of transformation, a lot of like awakening and just transitioning from one period to the next. For some of you, November, December is going to be very significant. I am recording this in October 2025. It is a timeless reading. So for some of you, it could be in 1 to 2 months, there's going to be something very significant coming in. For others of you, if you're watching this as this was posted, it could be November, December. That is coming through as super significant for this group. Pile number one, the color red is also coming through as super empowering at this point in time. So if you feel called to that message, if you feel that that resonates with you, wearing more of the color red could be very helpful. And there is a harvest that you are about to receive that is going to be life-changing in many ways. And this is going to affect different areas of your life for some of you. It's not going to be just isolated to one specific area of your life. It's going to be kind of just something that moves through your entire life and changes a lot of your current experience with a lot more ease. It's what's coming through. And I do think that you're going to feel that sense of alignment and belonging and, again, ease coming through. But pile number 1, let's move on. So we're going to look at the catalyst. What is the person, event, or realization that activates this new timeline? Let's look at the catalyst for my pile number 1s. What is the catalyst for my pile number 1s? What is it that is going to activate this new timeline for my pile number 1s? Who or what activates this new timeline for my pile number 1s? Going to move those over till the end, and bottom of the deck we have the 10 of Pentacles. We also have the 3 of Wands, we have the 3 of Cups, and we have the Hierophant. Okay, so pile number 1, this is a very lovely and interesting answer to this portion of the reading. So for some of you, the person or the what is going to be different. So take it as it resonates, but it's kind of similar for all of you. For some of you, this is your ancestors coming in and really activating what is meant for you. This is your ancestors coming in and blessing you with next steps. This is your ancestors coming in and saying, you've done such hard work that we're going to make sure that you receive exactly what you deserve because you're doing so much work, because you're putting so much energy in to making sure that the ancestral line is progressing and moving forward. For many of you, this is your ancestral side on your maternal side. Take that as it resonates. For some of you, it could be on the paternal side, but I'm getting mainly maternal side of your ancestral line. For others of you, this is coming through your higher self. This is coming through all of the hard work that you've been putting in. And it is your higher self activating this by showing you what's possible for you, by showing you your truth, and by encouraging you to take these steps forward and to move forward with confidence. For others of you, it's your spirit guides, your spirit team. So regardless of where you fall in this message, there is spiritual help that is coming through to activate this new timeline for you. And it's also based on all of the hard work that you've done. It's based on everything that you are doing to make sure that you are that you're getting to where you want to be, because they can send the lessons, they can send the opportunities, but pile number 1, ultimately it is up to you to take advantage of them. It is up to you to respond to them, and it is up to you to engage and learn and experience the things that are made available to you. And for my pile number 1s, you, in a very important and significant way, you are the one that is making this possible, that is activating this within yourself based on how you are reacting and interacting with everything that has been going on in your life. Because for my pile number 1s, it feels like you are the type of person that is always going to put your best foot forward and is always going to put forward some your intentions and your all your desire and all of your efforts into what is going on for you. So there's a lot that's coming in that is being activated by your spirit team, whether it's your ancestors, spirit guides, or just higher self or spirit team as a whole. But it also has to do with the way that you are interacting with those lessons, the way that you are interacting with what is coming up for you. And I do think for my pile number 1s, the last 1 to 3 years have been all about transition, all about transformation, growth, and rebirth. And you are at a point where you're going to start to see a lot of the payback, a lot of the fruits of your labor, a lot of that harvest that you have been so carefully planting and so carefully dedicating your time and energy to. And that's why you can feel this. That's why you can sense this, because you are super connected to what is going on around you. And for some of you, this may have to do with like love and relationships. And it could be, self love. It could be the relationship with yourself. But I think for many of you, this could have to do with an outside party as well, where it's either a romantic relationship, a platonic relationship, maybe a collaboration that comes in. We're going to try to get to as much answers as possible. So we're going to look at, what are you shedding? So what is an old belief, attachment, or version of you that can't come along? So for my pile number ones, what are my pile number ones shedding at this time? What are my pile number ones shedding? What are they letting go of? What are they shedding? What are they releasing at this time? There we go. Bottom of the deck, let's take a look. Pile number one, the Nine of Swords. I actually love that that's what you're shedding. All right, let's take a look. We also have the Five of Cups, the Eight of Wands, and we have the Two of Pentacles. All right, let's talk about it as far as what is being shed at this point in time. These cards are very slippery. So I think that when we talk about what you are shedding, pile number one, I think you're shedding a lot of self-doubt. I think you are shedding a lot of just confusion and not knowing and not being able to see things clearly. I also think that you are shedding a lot of fears that at times got in the way of you living and experiencing the life that you wanted to live and experience. For some of you, there were fears that were almost paralyzing. And I think you've gotten to a point where your self-confidence has grown so much. And for some of you, it's because you're on the other side of your first Saturn return. For others of you, it's because you've put in the effort and you've decided that you were going to get on the other side of those fears. But and I also think that your self-esteem and any sort of like harsh, critical self-talk has been cleared away, and that's part of what you are shedding. Like, you are no longer being so harsh on yourself. You are no longer being so demanding of yourself. You are no longer talking down to yourself. You are no longer keeping yourself locked away in fear or in like worst case scenario thinking. That's what's being shed here. And I also think that what you are shedding is you are giving yourself an opportunity to experience life and healing with the understanding that life wants the best for you. And that even if that wasn't the case, you want the best for you and you've got your back. And everything that you've ever been through, you've gotten yourself through, and you've made it to this point in time by being able to count and rely on yourself and even on the universe. So I think that's been helping. I also do think that there's been a lot of healing for this group. There's been a lot of just feeling the things that were painful, feeling the things that were scary, feeling the things that were overwhelming. And through that, you've gotten to a point where you've been able to let go of an old identity, but also of old belief systems. And I think that a big thing that this group is shedding is the idea that good things won't happen to you, or the idea that you don't deserve good things. So this is a group where there's been a lot of healing. And for some of you, it could be that you've been going to therapy. For others of you, it could be that you've been doing like a lot of journaling or a lot of work on yourself. It could be a combination of those things. But pile number one, this just feels like you are letting go of any heaviness that you were carrying. And I do think that you are taking forward lessons from the past, but I think that you have intentionally released a lot of what the past was, a lot of the things in the past that didn't serve you or didn't honor where you wanted to be, or where you're going. You've been able to release those things. And I also think that you've been able to focus in and accept the opportunities that are right for you, or accept how you are going to get from one place to the next. So this is a big message coming through. It's that, instead of being paralyzed by fear or sitting in self-doubt, you are in a place where, as the opportunities show up, now you are able to take advantage of them, and you are able to focus. And for some of you, you went through a period of time where you were so burnt out, where you were so stressed, where you were so overwhelmed that you needed that time out. And that time out, that time for healing, is exactly what was able to help you get to where you are at today, which is about to open a brand new timeline shift, which is about to open a brand new opportunity. And I do think that you have also prioritized what's important, right? You are in a place where you are no longer spreading yourself so thin that you can barely keep up. You are in a place where you are prioritizing what is important for you, what is a priority for you, what requires your immediate attention. And that's coming through as very helpful as well. All right, so let's take a look at the door that's opening. What is the main opportunity or chapter that is unfolding for you? For my pile number ones, what is the door that's opening? What is the main opportunity coming in for my pile number ones here? What is the main opportunity coming in for my pile number ones? I have to cut the deck again. For some reason, that feels right, and I'm going to honor that. All right, let's do that. What is the main opportunity coming in for my pile number ones? All right, let's get to it. Bottom of the deck, pile number one, death and rebirth. Yeah, this is going to be, I think I said this at the beginning, for this group, this feels like this is going to be throughout your entire life. It's not going to be like one specific area. It feels like it's going to spread throughout your entire life. Like there's going to be changes and shifts that are going to kind of just spread throughout. We also have the Eight of Pentacles. We have the King of Pentacles, and we have the Hermit card. So pile number one, for this group, there is a level of what the next door is, or what the main opportunity is whatever you desire it to be. For this group, it's almost like the limit does not exist, right? Like, hello, mean girls. But yeah, that's what's coming through. It's like the limit does not exist as to what you are going to manifest. Now, a big message for this group is what is going to manifest for you specifically is what you have been putting your time and efforts and energy into. So keep that in mind, pile number one, because for many of you, you've been like investing your time and energy into very specific desires, into very specific dreams and visions for yourself. That is exactly what is going to come through. That is exactly what you are going to be experiencing next. Now, what's also beautiful about this for my pile number ones is that for you, this opportunity is exactly what you've been dreaming about, exactly what you want it to be. And this opportunity is going to be one of those things, or this chapter, I guess I should say, because it's not limited to one opportunity. It's limited. It's not limited at all. It's many, many different opportunities. But for my pile number ones, what's beautiful about this is that this is going to be all about the internal changing and coloring the external world. So as within, so without, as above, so below is what's coming through here, where you are going to experience so much change and so many shifts that what you are going to notice is every single area of your life is going to look different. So when you think about the Wizard of Oz, the, what was it, 1939? Whenever the original Wizard of Oz came out, and we see Dorothy entering Oz for the first time, we see everything is like very dull. Everything, was it black or white, or was it like sepia, I believe? But everything was not colorful. She steps into Oz and everything becomes colorful. And the reason for that was her experience was about to change and her outlook was about to change. So they did that very good visual type of representation of that. That's what I'm getting for this group. It's almost like you are stepping into a time in your life where everything is going to change, where you are going to experience so many beautiful things that your entire vision, your entire view of what's happening for you is going to be different. It's going to be a completely different type of experience and a completely different type of outlook to what has been happening. So you're stepping in to every single part of your life feeling so much more colorful, so much more vivid, so much more just available to you, and in a way that feels very encouraging and very good for you. And I do think that it's not going to be one thing, but I think there is a main thing for everyone watching this pile, whether that is, a job, a career, a finances, whether it's a relationship, whether it's just you feeling more confident in your body, whatever it is for you. I think that's what's coming through, but it's going to kind of just color and affect every single other area of your life. Let's take a look at the hidden door. So what is a blessing or opportunity breakthrough you don't see coming that arrives along with this shift? That was a terrible shuffle. All right, so let's take a look. What is the hidden door for my pile number ones? What is the hidden door for my pile number ones? What is another blessing or opportunity that is going to come through with this shift that they do not see coming? And what's interesting is I do think for this group, you can see things coming because I think you're very tuned in at this time. Let's take a look. Bottom of the deck, we have the Strength card. This one wants to be seen. We have the Page of Wands. We also have the Magician, the Page of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups. Pile number one, there is something that you have been putting time and energy into. You've been daydreaming, you've been thinking about it, you've been actively manifesting it, you've been praying for it. That is going to come through. Now, it's going to be different things for different people. And I think this is a group where the manifestation itself is going to be different, but the energy is very similar in the sense of you are finally getting something that you have been hoping for, that you have been dreaming of, that you have been working towards very hard. Now, we do see that Strength card. We do see that Page of Wands. And then we saw that Seven of Pentacles peeking through. The Magician is also here. Again, for this group, it's like the limit does not exist. What you are going to create, what you are going to receive is going to be up to you. It's going to be up to what you want to experience and what you want to allow in. So for this group, you are in a time where it's almost like you are open and you have the pen or the pencil, you have the notebook, you have access to your Akashic records where you get to choose what your next adventure is. You are the main character of your life and you are the author that gets to choose, this is what I want my main character or myself, right, to experience next. I do think for many of you, again, you have already been focused on this. You have already been asking for this. For some of you, it's going to be a romantic relationship. For others of you, this could be more platonic, like maybe this is a friendship, maybe this is a collaboration, or this is like a partner, like a business partner that comes in, or a mentor. For others of you, this is something more physical, more tangible in the sense of like it could be a job, it could be a career change, it could be something with finances. For others of you, this could be something more spiritual. But this is you receiving what you have been focused on, what you have been desiring, and what you have been asking for a very long time. And I think for some of you, it's almost going to feel like too good to be true, or it's almost going to feel like, what's the catch? Why is this happening now? Or it's finally happening. But I think being able to relax is going to help. I also think for this group, it's going to be a very gradual thing. It doesn't feel like everything is going to change and show up in one day. It feels like it's going to be an unfolding where you're going to receive everything one step at a time. But I do think, again, the next 1 to 3 months, I would say, for this pile are going to be significant. And I do think the next year for this pile is also going to be very significant, where, like, when you look back, who you are a year from now is completely different as to who you were today, or even a year from today. Like a year past from today as well. Like, you're going to go through a lot of shifts. Let's take a look at how this is going to affect your path. So what are the ripple effects that are going to happen in different areas of your life? And we're going to allow the information to come through. So how is this going to affect your path? Pile number 1. Where are my pile number 1s? How is this going to affect their path? And the answer to this is probably going to give us more answers to what we're looking for, the 9 of Wands. Yeah, there's going to be a lot more ease. Pile number 1, that's absolutely coming through. Like, you are going to be able to experience more ease. Things are going to feel like they are flowing, like things are just going in the way that they're supposed to be going. It's not going to feel as heavy. It's not going to feel like as challenging. I think some limitations, some obstacles are going to be cleared for you. We also have the 8 of Swords. We have the Judgment card, and we have the 2 of Wands. Yeah, all of those blockages, all of those challenges, all of those obstacles that have been in your way are going to leave your life. They are going to be easily overcome, right? Like, that overload that you've been carrying in your life, that weight, that like sense of heaviness that you've been carrying, where it feels like you are spinning your wheels, like no matter what, I kind of end up back at the place I was at, or maybe I have a breakthrough and then next thing you know, I have to kind of go back to the drawing board. So that kind of like 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. I think that's going to be cleared very promptly for this group, where you're going to be able to make progress. You are going to be able to see what's coming next. You're going to be able to make decisions with more ease and more confidence. And I do think a lot of those mental blockages are going to be lifted as well for this group, because you are going to feel closer to your higher self. You're going to feel closer to your spirit team, to the point where it feels easier. It feels more aligned when you are making progress. And as a result of that, you're going to be able to get to where you are going. You are going to be able to make different decisions and choices for yourself. And you're going to be able to experience abundance and achieve the things that you want to achieve. And pile number 1, this is not something that is being gifted to you that you are not prepared for. This is something that you have earned that is finally being given to you. There is a difference there. So you are going to be prepared. You are going to be able to receive this and deal with this in a way that feels very comfortable, in a way that feels very authentic to you. And I also think that this is a time of empowerment. This next chapter, this next timeline for you is one where you are more confident, where you are more empowered, where you are standing up for yourself and what you deserve and what you desire, and where you are not accepting anything less than what you deserve and what you desire. And I think that this is going to be a shift in a timeline where you are more confident, you have a higher sense of self-worth and self-esteem. And I would say comfortable. And again, this is not just in one area. This is a very internal process that then affects every single area of your life. Let's take a look at your role in this shift. So, what action, mindset, or embodiment will help you anchor into this new timeline? All right, pile number 1, let's take a look at your role in this shift. What action, mindset, or embodiment will help you anchor into this new timeline? And we've kind of talked about this for this group, but we're going to get more information. Bottom of the deck, the Page of Swords. I actually just saw what was peeking through. It's the Sun card, so I wanted to show you. And we have that Death and Rebirth card again. We have the Ace of Cups and the Nine of Cups. So your role in this shift, your role into anchoring in this timeline is continue to do what you've been doing. This is saying your role is to think, to daydream, to plan out what comes next. Allow yourself to desire, allow yourself to think, just if I could have anything. And I think this could be a very good manifestation kind of thing for you, or like even if you do it through a journal, if you do it through meditation, however you want to do it. But ask yourself, if I could have anything in this world without any obstacles, if I could manifest anything I desire and I don't have to play it small, I don't have to play it safe, what would it be? Allow those ideas to float around. Allow that desire to be kind of sent to the universe and put out into the world and put it into words. And this is also talking about in this shift, the best thing that you can do is to release and let go of anything that is trying to leave your life at this time. So if there is a relationship, if there is a situation, whatever is trying to leave your life, whatever is no longer viable in your life, whatever is no longer serving you in some way in your life, that is the time for you to release it, for you to thank it for being in your life, for you to honor it for what it served in your life and for what it provided to you, but also to understand that there are some things that cannot come along. And that could be belief systems, that could be ideas, that could be people, whatever that is. Give it the honor it deserves and grieve it if you have to grieve it, but also understand that you do not want to be held back by things that just cannot shift with you into this new timeline. Now, this is also talking about your role in this shift is to love yourself. Your role in this shift is to choose what is going to be in alignment with you, what is going to be in alignment with what you are creating in this new chapter of your life. So this is about you doing what's right for you. This is about you filling your cup so that you are able to give to others. The main thing here is to take care of yourself and to make sure that you have everything that you need emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Also, pile number 1, and I kind of already hit on this, but dream big. Get clear about what you want and then be grateful for the things that you do have, and be grateful for the things that are about to enter your life. This is about you approaching this from a perspective of already having blessings, already being grateful for what you do have, while understanding that there are still a lot of things that have yet to arrive for you. All right, pile number 1, let's take a look at support from spirit. So what is the guidance or protection surrounding you during this transition? And I think I mentioned this, but for this group, there's a lot of ancestral, spirit guide, spirit team, higher self blessings that are here. So I do think that's going to be a big part of this support, but let's see what we have here. What is the support for my pile number 1s? All right, bottom of the deck, let's see what we have. We have the 6 of Cups. We also have the Ace of Wands, the 4 of Wands, and the 10 of Cups. So your support, pile number 1, you do have a lot of spiritual support at this time. That's absolutely coming through. That's loud and clear. Your support, you also have either, for some of you, this is going to be a spirit guide or like an ancestor, maybe even your higher self, but For others of you, this could be like a angel, a deity, somebody that you can I want to say somebody, but this feels like a spirit for many of you. And we're going to talk about for others of you where I think there's like a person in the 3D or in the real world that is here for you. But there is a lot of protection for this group as far as like spiritual protection that is going to come through. I do think for some of you, Archangel Michael. I think for others of you, there's like a goddess energy coming through. For some of you, it's goddess Aphrodite. For others of you, it could be goddess Persephone. This could be goddess Bridget. This could also be Archangel Ariel. Archangel Jophiel for some of you. But there's a lot of spiritual protection around you. I do think for some of you, there's also a protection that is going to come through in the form of a person, and this person is meant to walk alongside you, and this person is being sent your way. This could be like a mentor. This could be somebody that you're going to be in a romantic relationship with. This could be somebody that you are going to be in a platonic relationship with. This could be somebody that's going to offer you an opportunity that you've been trying to manifest. So keep that in mind. But for my pile number ones, there's a lot of blessings. There's a lot of spiritual energy that is also protecting you from the other side. And your higher self is absolutely also coming through here. And your biggest piece of guidance, pile number one, is going to be to trust yourself, trust your intuition, and trust yourself when you receive an opportunity that you know you are meant to accept and engage with. So let's take a look at the future you. So what is a glimpse into who you are becoming and the reality that you are stepping into? Let's take a look at a glimpse. Like, let's look at a glimpse at who this is going to be. This version of you that you are becoming, that you are moving into, that you are going to be experiencing shortly here. I'm going to pick 4 for this. All right, bottom of the deck, we have the King of Swords. We also have the 10 of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, okay, and the Ace of Pentacles. So when we take a glimpse at this new version of you, at this version of who you are becoming, this is going to be you in a place that you are going to be more confident, that you are going to be able to observe and receive a lot of the clarity, a lot of the intuition that you desire without any obstacles. So I do think that this new version of you is very much connected to spirit, to higher self, and to your spirit team, to the point where you know exactly what is being communicated to you, where you know exactly what you are meant to do and what is coming in for you as well. I think that this new version of you, or who you are becoming, is someone who is very confident, someone who is very secure, someone who is going to make sure that they are manifesting what they desire, that you are manifesting what you desire. This new version of you, this reality that you are stepping in, is going to be much lighter. I do think that this is going to be a reality where you are going to have a lot more assistance, not only from people in the 3D or in the real world, but from your spirit team and from the universe itself. There's a lot of things that are just going to flow a lot easier for you. This is a version of you that is going to have a lot of success in different areas of your life, where you are going to be able to choose what your next blessing is, and you're going to be able to receive it and live it in a way that feels very, very good, very nurturing, and very joyful. This is a version of you that is just abundant and is happy and joyful and grateful. And this is a version of you where it's like the Midas touch. Anything you touch is going to turn into gold, and you're going to know that. You are going to know your ability when it comes to manifesting. So that's going to bring in a lot of confidence and a lot of security within yourself and the life that you are living. And I think one of the things that is going to come through for you, pile number one, is you're going to feel very free. That's absolutely coming through here. All right, pile number one, let's take a look at what other cards we have here. So we also have All That Glitters. So here's a reminder for you, pile number one, trust your intuition. Not all that glitters is gold. And there were some things that didn't quite pan out the way that you wanted it to or the way that you expected it to. And it was because it wasn't meant to. It wasn't right for you. So a reminder here that rejection is divine protection. We also have a leg up. This is a soulmate card in this deck. So for a lot of you, there is going to be a soulmate or multiple soulmates entering your life. It could be that one is romantic. It could be that the others are more platonic, or maybe there is like a business partner or like somebody that you can collaborate with or a mentor coming in. But in this new chapter of your life, there will be new soulmates entering your life. Trust yourself, trust your intuition as to what that's going to look like for you. We also have peace. I did say this. For this group, I do think there's going to be a lot more peace and harmony that plays out as a result of this next chapter. We also have false beliefs. Once the untruths that we believe about ourselves are illuminated, so are the ways that we can release the false limitations they confine us to. For some of you, the goddess Athena coming through. For some of you, the spirit animal of the owl coming through. But that's exactly what's happening for this group. You are letting go of false beliefs, and as a result, you are experiencing more abundance in your life and more opportunities. We have emptied. The ending and beginning at either side of the same door. Sorry, the endings and beginnings lie at either side of the same door. And that's where you are at, pile number one. You are in the middle of this transition. We also have responding, not reacting. The only control we have is in how we respond to the hand that we are dealt. And pile number one, you've been responding in the best way possible. And that is why you are going to receive a lot of abundance, a lot of blessings. And also, this is a reminder just for the future. You don't get to control what other people are doing, but you get to control your reaction to it. You don't get to control what's happening, but you get to control your reaction to it. Let's see what we have here. Ooh, romance. So romance, it is a sacred power. Let it come to me this hour. Yeah, for some of you, a big change coming in has to do with your relationships, but that is an affirmation you can use. Romance, it is a sacred power. Let it come to me this hour. And then finally, we have strength, stability in this hour, endurance, stamina, I empower. Pile number one, that is what I have for you. Your affirmation for the week, I am strong and stable. I am strong and stable. That is your affirmation for the week because that is exactly what you are, and that is what's coming in for you as well. Pile number one, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. All of those things help you out by helping you find me again, and it helps me out so much, and I appreciate it so much. Let me know what you thought about the reading in the comments below. Don't forget to claim it in the comments with the affirmation if you want to claim it. Share the video if you think it's worth sharing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. I am sending so much love, so many blessings, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hello, pile number two. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to the Star card, and this is from a brand new deck, and it is the Lovely Ladies, I believe. Yeah, the Lovely Ladies Tarot deck. I got it over on Etsy. And I'm so excited for this one. So, as a reminder, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You know yourself best. If it does not fit, do not force it to fit. Also, I did do a reading breakdown, which is timestamped below. It's going to tell you exactly what's going to be covered in this reading and the format it will be covered in. So, again, I highly suggest that you check that out. But we're going to start out by looking at a energy check-in. So what's currently going on? If this part of the reading doesn't resonate with you, this is probably not your pile. So try choosing a different pile. But let's see what we have here. So we have fourth chakra with Archangel Raphael. Man holding a coin. And we also have indecision. Okay. So pile number 2, when it comes to what is going on here, this is a time where I think for this group, you are trying to find balance in your life, especially when it comes to balance between what you are experiencing and balance between what you desire, what you see for yourself going forward. And I do think for some of my pile number 2s, you are in a place where there's a lot kind of coming up emotionally, but there's also a lot that is requiring your time and attention to the point where you may not have time to just like sit and figure out or hold space for what is coming up at this time. This feels like this could be a very busy time for some of you. For others of you, it feels like this could be a time that is very overwhelming, very frustrating because you're not sure what the next right steps are for you or what you should do next. For some of you, it could feel like you are going through a period in time where your hands are tied, where no matter what you try, you can't get to the other side of a specific situation. For some of my pile number 2s, this is a time where you are dealing with so much responsibility. So much of what is being asked of you is to be responsible and to figure out a very difficult situation. So for some of you, this could very well be a time where finances are very tight or very difficult. This could be a time where there's some things going on at work or in your career. This could be a time where when it comes to your work-life balance, there's a lot that is causing an imbalance. It could be that you are struggling to keep up with all of your responsibilities and all of the things that you need to keep up with. This feels like it could be a very heavy time for my pile number 2s, but at the same time, this also feels like a very overwhelming time, like a very confusing time. There's something that isn't being shown to you clearly in the way that you wish it was. And for many of my pile number 2s, you are at a crossroads. You can choose to do something differently, but it almost feels like there's going to be a catch. Like if you choose something differently, you're going to have to sacrifice something else, or you're going to have to, like there's some sort of catch to what's going on, or at least it feels that way. And for my pile number 2s, I think for many of you, I was going to say some of you, but many of you, I do think that you feel completely just disconnected at this point in time. This feels like a disconnection between your mind and your heart. This feels like a disconnection between different areas of your life. This feels like even a disconnection for some of you between your human self and your higher self, or a disconnect between you and your spirit guides, your spirit team. Pile number 2, you're trying to be very logical. You're trying to be, you're trying to make the right choice. Like you are really focused on what is the right choice and how do I make that choice. But for some of you, you are approaching this with your logic, not your heart. And there is a need to balance both. There is a need to balance body, mind, and spirit when it comes to the next choice, the next move, and where you are going to go from here. But you're trying to be very logical about this. You're trying to approach this in a way that you're trying to think about it and not necessarily feel into what's going on. For some of you, you could be in a place where you're kind of struggling with apathy, where you're kind of just avoiding certain emotions. And as a result, you are also avoiding every single emotion, right? You can't turn one off without turning all of them off. That's what's coming through here. You're being pulled, pile number 2s, for many of you, you're being pulled in different directions. So I think what this is really talking about is your heart wants one thing, your mind wants one thing, and for some reason it feels like these two things can't be combined, or these two experiences are not able to they're not able to be experienced at the same time. It's like this or that. Do I choose my heart or do I choose my mind? Do I choose my logic or do I choose my desire? Do I choose my intuition or do I choose my intellect? It feels very split. It feels very heavy right now for my pile number 2s. And I think we're going to confirm this as we go through the reading. I think what's interesting is that there is another option that you, pile number 2, are not necessarily seeing right now. There's something that is kind of the middle ground that you may not be seeing, that you may not be able to see right now. All right, pile number 2, let's take a look at the catalyst. So when it comes to the catalyst, who is the person, event, or realization that activates the new timeline for you? What is going to be the catalyst that activates the new timeline for you? What is going to activate this new timeline for my pile number 2s? Bottom of the deck, we have the 7 of Wands. We also have the Emperor card. We have the Knight of Pentacles. And we have the Hermit card. So pile number 2, this is a very interesting answer to this, because I think for my pile number 2s, what is going to be the catalyst here is almost like you reach a point where you know you can no longer go the way that you've been going. It almost feels like you reach a point in your life where you understand that if you want to be successful, if you want to experience success, if you want to experience joy and happiness, you cannot keep going the way that you've been going. So it almost comes from a place of, I'm trying to figure out the right word of how I want to word this. It almost comes from a place of frustration, and it almost comes from a place of limitations. So especially for those of you where it feels like you've been dealing with a lot of limitations, a lot of just heaviness, part of that seems to be by design, because you are meant to reach this point where you say enough is enough, and where you say, I am going to respond to the challenges that are being thrown my way by taking action, by being active, and by choosing something completely different. So in many ways, your frustration, the obstacles, the sense of dissatisfaction is the catalyst itself. So in many ways, you are the catalyst, and the catalyst is going to be, this is what I'm experiencing, and this is what I can no longer deal with. And part of that catalyst is going to be, I know what I want, and this is not it. So it feels like for my pile number 2s, a big part of this catalyst, or like the catalyst itself, is going to be just experiencing a life that isn't in alignment with what you desire, a life that is honestly quite hard, right? It feels like very overwhelming, very frustrating, very difficult. And it also feels like you get to the point where you know inside your heart and your soul that there is something better for you, and you choose to face head on whatever is not working so that you can move towards what is working for you. So, all of these challenges, all of these moments where you feel like you are either being misunderstood or like your boundaries are not being honored or the life that you want and desire is not being made available to you, those are exactly the moments that are going to serve as a catalyst. And I think for many of you, you are either really, really close or you are already there where you've reached a point that you know that it cannot continue to unfold in the way that it's been unfolding. That it cannot continue to, that you, not even it, you cannot continue to experience what you've been experiencing, and that there is something better for you, and that it is going to be up to you to reach for it and to make it a reality. That's absolutely coming through for my pile number twos. Let's take a look, pile number two, at what you are shedding. So when it comes to what you are shedding, we are looking for an old belief, a attachment, or version of you that can't come along to this timeline shift. So what are my pile number twos shedding at this time in order to move forward? What are my pile number twos shedding? There we go. Bottom of the deck, what do we have? We have the 10 of Cups. I think a big thing that you are shedding, pile number two, or that at least is being brought to the forefront, is emotionally what is not working for you. But we also have the Chariot. We have the 9 of Swords. We have the King of Cups. And we have the Queen of Cups. Yeah, a lot of what you are shedding is emotional. A lot of what's coming up for you right now is emotional. And I think for some of my pile number twos, there is a level of you may not be the most comfortable person when it comes to like emotions and sitting with them, especially the uncomfortable one, right? Like everyone, not everyone, a lot of people are more comfortable in like happiness and contentment and all of those like quote unquote good emotions. But sometimes like those feelings of unknown, those feelings of frustration, those feelings of grief, sadness, anger, those can be very uncomfortable. And I do think for a few of my pile number twos, there may be a level of like discomfort when it comes to feeling deep emotions. And part of what you are shedding is being able to connect to what you are feeling, being able to connect to what is coming up for you at any specific time, and being able to sit with that discomfort and figuring out like, why is this here, right? Emotions are messengers. What is the message? Why is this coming up for me at this point in time? And I also think that part of what you are shedding is any feelings that either make you think or believe that you are unworthy of a good experience, or that you are unworthy of the things that you desire and you deserve. And I also think pile number two, you are also shedding a lot of just like, almost like, as for some of you, this is going to be people pleasing. For others of you, this is just like you have been going with the flow, and you're in a time where you are becoming more, how do I want to word this? Give me a moment, pile number two. You are becoming more determined about what it is that you want and desire. You are becoming more intentional. So instead of like just letting life happen to you or allowing other people to almost like to color your experience for you, or to tell you what your experience should be, or to choose the path that you are going down, you are getting to the point where you are the one choosing your own experience. You are the one choosing what you want to do and experience next, and you are becoming more self-reliant. And for some of you, this could be like family, right? Like it could be coming from like family pressures of your family having certain expectations, your family having certain ideas of what you should be doing. For others of you, it could just be society, culture, whatever it is. It seems like for many of my pile number twos, there is some sort of outside voice or outside expectation that you've been trying to meet or that you've been trying to stick to. And this could be like your own expectations that you had for yourself that you are now realizing are no longer working for you. But that is what you are shedding. You are shedding expectations. You are shedding this idea that you are not enough or that you are not going to be able to get what you desire. I think you're also shedding a lot of those fears because there is a level of I'm fed up, I'm over it, I am getting to the point where I can't keep doing this, so I'm going to do something different. And again, that feels very by design for this group because it's meant to kind of spur you into action. It's meant to get you to the next level that you are meant to be in. And a lot of this is also you just fully feeling what is coming up for you and being able to respond to what is coming up for you. So a lot of what is being shed is any of those like suppressed or repressed emotions. Those are coming up to the surface and it may feel very uncomfortable, but it's going to get you to where you want to be and where you need to be. And one thing is, pile number 2, I don't think that you have missed out on anything. That message is coming through very clearly as well. All right, pile number 2, let's take a look at the door that is opening. So what is the main opportunity that's coming through? What is the main opportunity or the next chapter that is unfolding for my pile number 2s? What is this door that is opening? All right, pile number 2, what do we have? We have the Knight of Wands. There's a lot more adventure coming in pile number 2. We have the 10 of Cups coming out there again. We also have the 4 of Pentacles, and we have the 8 of Swords. This opportunity is one of empowerment. This opportunity is one where you're going to be able to break free. And pile number 2, for those of you that feel like no matter what, I can't get anywhere, no matter what, I end up in the same place, or no matter what, I just can't seem to make progress. This next opportunity is you being so hungry for it, you desiring so much what it is that you envision for yourself, that you are able to get to the other side of it. I do think there is going to be more ease coming in, but I think pile number 2, this is you empowering yourself to the point where you are going to be able to have a breakthrough, but it feels very mental. It feels like a very internal breakthrough that then allows you to have more opportunities, more adventure in your life. I do think that the door that's opening or the main opportunity that's coming in for you is you are going to be able to shake things up in your life where you are going to be able to accept new opportunities, create new opportunities, and take full advantage of new opportunities. It feels like there is going to be a big shakeup where what you are experiencing today is going to be completely different than what you will experience a year from now or even 6 months from now. And a big part of that is you believing in yourself more, you trusting yourself more, and this is like you fully going after it to the point where you're not going to accept no, where you're not going to, if there's an obstacle, you're not going to sit back and accept it. You are going to push past it. And it's like if a door closes, my pile number 2s are going to find a window and you're going to climb through that window and you're going to make it happen that way. This is going to be a lot more passion, a lot more connection in your life. Like you're going to feel very much connected to yourself and to life itself and to what is going on around you. I do think this is you fully pursuing your dreams while understanding that any inner voice that tells you that you cannot do it, that you are not worthy of it, that you are not going to receive it or accomplish it is just noise. And it's noise that does not need to be listened to. For someone here, or for some of you, take this part only if it resonates. There is a voice that you have taken on as your own that is not your own, that is very limiting. It is very critical. It is very harsh. This could be the voice of a parent. This could be the voice of a teacher. This could be the voice of, there's somebody here that may have talked to you very harshly, that may have, like, they almost created this like self-doubt within you. And it almost feels like you use their voice to talk yourself down. You use their voice, and it's almost like even the words that they would have used against you to keep yourself in a place that is too small for you. So this is you growing, this is you expanding, and this is you breaking out of a box that was never meant to hold you and could never hold you for long. And you are going to do this through focused action and intent. And there's a lot more courage and enthusiasm, and even your energy levels are going to be different. So as far as the next chapter, this is a chapter where you are fully engaged and you have all of the energy and resources that you need in order to break through. And I think that this is going to be a chapter for my pile number 2s where emotionally you're going to be able to feel the things that are coming up, and you're going to be able to sit with those emotions, the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful. Meaning every single thing that's coming up, it's going to be more comfortable for you to sit with them. Pile number 2, let's take a look at the hidden door. So what is a blessing or opportunity? Did I almost drop them? Yes, I did. Or breakthrough that you don't see coming that is going to arrive with this shift. So what is a blessing, opportunity, or breakthrough that is going to arrive with this shift that you do not see coming? For my pile number 2s, what is the blessing, the opportunity, or the breakthrough that is going to arrive for my pile number 2s? There we go. Bottom of the deck, we have the Devil card. The 3 of Cups, the 2 of Wands, and the 10 of Pentacles. These are actually very good cards, pile number 2. So pile number 2, as far as a blessing or opportunity that is going to arrive, this is you breaking free. This is you experiencing what it's like to believe in yourself and to create from a place of empowerment and to create from a place of just unlimited potential. I also think that when it comes to a blessing or opportunity that's going to come in, I do think for many of you, you will have opportunities to create new connections. This to me feels more like friendship, though for some of you, it could be a romantic connection as well. But I do think you're going to have an opportunity to experience more connection with people that are able to meet you where you are at and to give you what you give to them. Because I do think for my pile number 2s, you are the type of person that you have unfortunately experienced connections where you are the one that shows up. You are the one that gives, right? Like you are the one that is putting in more effort. And I do think that part of what this blessing is going to be connections with people that are going to meet you halfway, with people that are going to honor you, with people that are going to show up for you in the way that you show up for them. I also do think there's going to be opportunities that you are not even thinking about yet. Like there are things that you are going to be able to manifest that are not even in your vision yet. Like you can't even imagine the things that you're going to be able to accomplish and the things that you are going to be able to experience. And a lot of this has to do with people, with other people, with connections, with community itself. Like you're going to be able to find connection to people that are going to be able to give back to you, that are going to understand you, that are not going to purposely judge you or misunderstand you. Because I think for some of you, you have experienced connections where people misunderstand you, and sometimes they do so in a very purposeful way. Like they want to misunderstand you, or they want to be offended, or they want to be mad. That's not going to be your experience anymore. Yeah, there's something that you're going to create that you haven't even thought of yet. Like pile number 2, there's something that you end up creating. There's something that you end up bringing to life that hasn't even been a thought yet because you cannot think it up where you are currently at. But the more that you grow, the more that you expand, this thought, this idea comes into your mind, this project, whatever it is, and you bring it into the world. And for some of you, you will be creating a community that feels very nurturing, that feels very loving. All right, pile number 2, let's take a look at how this affects your path. So we're going to be the ripple effects of this blessing, of this timeline shift. What are the ripple effects for my pile number 2s? And this could be in career, in love, in purpose, just life in general. What are the ripple effects? Pile number 2, bottom of the deck, we have the Death card. It's going to be a complete transformation, a complete change. We also have the Moon card. We have the 6 of Cups, and we have the Ace of Swords. Pile number 2, when it comes to the ripple effect, you are going to be able to make peace with the past in some way. There is something from your past that you're going to be able to close a chapter out, close a cycle out, make peace with it in some shape or form. The Moon is also here. So this is you being more comfortable in the unknown. This is you being more comfortable with your emotions, with your feelings, with those strong feelings and emotions that come up, where I do think this is a group, I said this earlier, but I think this is a group that sitting in those emotions can be very uncomfortable. I do think that you're going to be more comfortable feeling, and I also think that you're going to be more comfortable with your intuition and receiving information through your intuition and trusting your intuition. I do think for this group, your intuitive gifts, your psychic gifts are going to be receiving a boost as you move into this new timeline, as you move into this new energy. I also do think that you're going to have a lot more clarity, and you're going to be able to find answers and solutions to anything that comes up a lot faster. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that you're going to be able to tap into your wisdom, into your heart and intuition with a lot more ease going forward. And look at that 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, there's a lot of just beautiful experiences that are going to be here for you. And it has to do with you feeling more at ease, you feeling more able to tap into what is right there for you, what is right there at your disposal. And I think for my pile number 2s, you're also going to be tapping into like just being able to tap into your authenticity and who you truly are and where you want to be without judgment. Because I do think this is a group where there is a lot of judgment. There is a lot of like, you can be very harsh with yourself. It feels like there's a lot more love and ease coming through. All right. Pile number 2, let's take a look at your role in this shift. So what action, mindset, or embodiment will help anchor this new timeline? So what can you do to help this out? Or to help this along, I guess I should say. For my pile number 2s, what is my pile number 2's role in this shift? All right, bottom of the deck, the Magician. Your role is to create it. Pile number 2, you have been given a wand. And you get to wave that wand around, bibbity bobbity boop. And you get to choose what comes next. You get to be the architect of your future. You get to be the architect, not even of your future, right? Of the present moment, of what comes next. We also have the 5 of Swords, the 3 of Swords, and the 9 of Cups. I love this. Okay. So your role in this shift is, first and foremost, we have the Magician underneath the deck. Your role is to realize You are worthy. You are enough. You are beautiful. You are deserving. Life wants the best for you, and it's up to you to decide what that is for yourself. Your role in this shift is also to create space for this. And how do you create space for this? By clearing out what is currently in the way. This is by you holding space, and if you have to cry, cry. If you have to be angry, be angry. If you have to kind of sit with a broken heart and acknowledge that it's there, do that. That doesn't mean that you're going to dwell in that energy. That does mean that you are going to honor, hold space, and acknowledge what is coming up for you at this specific time. The Three of Swords is here because this is saying your role in this is to deal with what is currently happening in your heart while at the same time remaining open to what is about to come in. So this is saying, instead of making your heart hard and instead of making yourself like close yourself off or feel like you need to protect yourself to the point where you're not going to allow anyone or anything to get close out of fear of pain or fear of more pain, your job in this shift is to keep your heart open and to acknowledge what is currently coming up, to acknowledge what is currently happening, while still saying, I am going to keep myself open. I am going to keep my heart open to all of the beautiful opportunities that want to find me. Your job here is to find inspiration in the middle of confusion, in the middle of darkness. This is about you not giving up on yourself. This is about you choosing what comes next. We also have the Five of Swords. Your job here is to realize that sometimes, yes, bad things happen to good people. Sometimes bad things happen and it's not because you earned it. It's not because you deserve it. It's not because whatever reason you think it is. This is saying sometimes life sucks and sometimes we go through lessons that we had no hand in creating for ourselves. But what we do have a hand in is how we are going to move forward and how we are going to react to it moving forward. So I cannot control what has happened. I cannot control how, the things that happened that created my current reality, but I can control how I react to it. I can control how I respond to it. And I can control my future because I get to choose my future in the now. This is about you realizing that sometimes it just sucks that things happen the way that they do, but sometimes we have to pick up the pieces and move forward in a way that allows us to create something beautiful for the future. And I feel like some of these messages may feel a little bit harsh, but they're coming through, so I'm going to give them with love. Just know that this is being delivered with love and respect. There's also a message here, pile number 2, that the past is gone. We can think about it. We can think what we could have done differently. We can think about what we should have done differently. We can think about what should have been, could have been, would have been. But we can only create that should have, would have, could have in the present moment. We can only create that change in the present moment. So a big message for my pile number 2s as far as your role in this shift is make peace with the past. Understand that some of the things that happened really were not in your control. They really were not things that you earned or deserved. They were really not things that held a purpose. I know sometimes, especially in the spiritual community, we love to say everything happens for a reason. Sometimes that's not true, right? Like sometimes it just sucks and it's just something that we dealt with and it's something that we can choose to kind of carry forward as a lesson or carry forward as an experience, but not allow it to completely derail where we are going. A big part of your role in this shift is to remain open, to remain hopeful, to keep the vision of what you want. And most importantly, pile number 2, it's to dare to have a bigger vision for what you want. That's coming through here very loud and clear. This is about you daring to keep your vision of what you want going forward and to dream big and not to allow every experience you've had so far to make you think that you have to dim your light or that you have to dim your wishes and your desire for the future. You get to dream big. You get to come out of the box that you've been in, and you get to ask for your wildest dreams, your wildest desires. Not only do you get to do that, you get to live it too. You get to create it as well. And there is a karmic clearing that is happening for this group. And that is exactly why you should ask for more, because you've earned so much. As far as karmic points, my pile number 2s, you have earned so many. Let's take a look at support from Spirit. These cards are very slippery. So we're looking for guidance or protection surrounding you during this transition. So what is the guidance or protection? What is the support from Spirit? Or support from the universe, whatever you want to call it. All right. Pile number 2, bottom of the deck, we have the 3 of Wands. Your spirit team, the universe itself, is saying what you asked for, the wish has already been granted. Whatever you are going to wish for, whatever you have wished for, it's already granted and it's on its way to you. We also have the Page of Swords. We have the Page of Pentacles, and we have the Knight of Swords. So pile number 2, Spirit is saying that they are going to guide you on your way. They are going to show you the path forward. They are going to clear the way for you. Your job, your responsibility, your opportunity, I guess you can call it, is to make sure that you are tuning in to what you know is true for you, and that you are moving forward in a way that honors your truth, in a way that honors your gut feelings, and in a way that honors your ability to trust yourself. Right now, going forward, a big part of this is you trusting yourself and you trusting what you feel is meant for you, what you feel you want in your life. As far as spiritual protection, I do think you have some spirit animals and some spirit guides that are protecting you. For some of you, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Uriel. For others of you, I do see like the dark goddess archetype coming in. So that could be the Morrigan, that could be Persephone, that could be Hecate. I do think the dark goddess archetype is here. When you talk about the maiden, the mother, and the crone energy is very active for this group, where it feels like there's a lot of wisdom. For some of you, Baba Yaga is coming through. Take that as it resonates. For some of you, this could be Goddess Kali energy. This could be Lilith energy. There's a lot of empowerment through the dark goddess archetype, and the dark goddess archetype has nothing to do with like negative, evil, none of that. The dark goddess archetype is tied to the crone. Look that up if you feel called to, but I do think that's coming through. For this group, you're also going to be receiving some dreams, some information, some downloads at night. For some of you, you've been waking up between 2 and 3 a.m. every single day. That is part of your download. That is part of your ascension. This is an ascending that is happening here. And for some of you, you are going through a period of the dark night of the soul. You are going through a period of deep shadow work. All right, so the future you. So we're going to take a glimpse into the future, and we're going to look into who you are becoming. So who is this future version of you and this reality that you're stepping into? For my pile number 2s, let's take a glimpse at this future version of my pile number 2. Tell me more about who my pile number 2 is becoming. Bottom of the deck, we have the Fool card. This is a brand new beginning, pile number 2. This is a brand new experience. We also have the Queen of Wands. Love it. The Nine of Wands. We have the Two of Swords, and we have the Two of Cups. Ooh, okay. So pile number 2, when it comes to this future version of you and who this future version of you is, this is a version of you that is like no other you have met before. This is a version of you that who you are today can only imagine. I don't even think you can imagine this new version of you fully. And I think that when you get to this part of your life, when you get to this version of yourself and you look back, you are going to be shocked at like how much you changed and how much you evolved and how much you grew. This new version of you is confident. This new version of you is not afraid to live life to the beat of your own drum, right? Like, this is a version of you that is not afraid to stand out. This is a version of you that is not afraid to ask for what you need and deserve. This is a version of you who is not afraid to speak up for what you want and desire. This is a version of you that has a lot more ease than the current version of you does. So this feels like a version of you that has pushed past limitations that you deemed as very real, but they were mostly in the mind. And I say this respectfully, but it feels like for my pile number twos, a lot of what is holding you back feels very much created in the mind. And I do keep getting, there's like some sort of inner voice that you have taken on as your own that really limits what you give yourself the opportunity to go after. This is a version of you that is very decisive. This is a version of you that is able to make split decisions in like as soon as the choice is presented, and you do so with confidence. This is a version of you that is connected not only to yourself in a very loving and respectful way, but this is a version of you that has a community that you are a part of, that has friends that love and respect you, that show up for you, that support you in the way that you support them. I think that's a very important thing that's coming through for this group, is that many of you who chose this group, you haven't experienced a relationship or a connection that feels very giving and very loving. And this new version of you, that's exactly what you experience. That's exactly what your experience is when it comes to relationships, and not just romantic, just platonic and romantic and just business, all of any sort of relationship that you are in. And this new version of you exists in your own power. Like, this is a part of you that is very empowered, very confident, very creative, very passionate, very determined, very expressive. And this is a part of you that isn't afraid to be the center of attention, that isn't afraid to stand out. But pile number two, let's see what else we have here for you. So we have never ending story. And that's what you're breaking through. You're breaking through a cycle, a pattern that kind of seems to repeat itself a lot. We have the tribe. Yeah. Part of this manifestation for my pile number twos involves community. It involves other people. It involves connections. We also have not for you. So there's something that isn't for you. There's something that you are moving past. And I'm going to be honest, this not for you card is for many of you just saying the life that you are currently living that feels full of limitations, that's not for you. And what you are realizing, what the catalyst is in this for this group, is understanding that you are not in a place where you are happy, that you are not in a place where you are supposed to be. So that understanding of this limitation, this thing that isn't for you, is exactly what's going to lead you to this new timeline. All right, let's see what else we have here. So we have Eternal Gatekeeper. Acknowledge, assert, and protect what is right for you. Ooh, very interesting. Then we have Renewal. Regeneration begins with decay. Yeah, sometimes you have to go through the worst of it in order to have that rebirth, right? Like that death and rebirth cycle coming through here. And we also have Broken Dreams. Only you can accept or reject your dreams. And here's the thing, pile number two, you are dreaming up new dreams. You are connecting to new opportunities and new dreams. Let's see what else we have here. Best possible decision. Artemis, goddess of the bow, help me see what must be known. Ooh. For some of you, working with Goddess Artemis can be very helpful. And one thing about Artemis is the bow and arrow, right? So being able to focus on what you do want. And then we have trust. I am safe, I am secure, in love I trust, my faith endures. Ooh. Pile number 2, your affirmation for this week is I am safe and I am secure. I am safe and I am secure. Yeah, let's leave it there. Because as long as you are feeling safe and secure, as long as you are leaning into that, you are able to manifest just about anything, and you are able to welcome in the opportunities and the shift that is coming in for you. So claim it in the comments. Also, pile number 2, that is what I have for you. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Like the video. I think I already said that. But don't forget to subscribe because it helps you find me. And also all of these things help me and the channel out so much. So share the video if you think it's worth sharing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. I am sending so much love, so many blessings, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading if you were drawn to the Star card from the Mythos Tarot deck. So as a reminder, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You know yourself best. If it does not fit, do not force it to fit. Also, I did do a reading breakdown at the beginning, which is going to tell you exactly what is going to be covered in this reading and the format it will be covered in. I highly suggest that you check that out because it's going to help you decide if this is the right reading for you. Let's see. So to get started, we are going to start by looking at current energy, and this is going to help you determine if this is your pile. If this part of the reading doesn't resonate with you, try choosing a different pile, or it could just be that there is no message for you in this specific reading, which is okay. But let's take a look. So we have the garden and the gate. We also have action. And we have door to value. So pile number 3, this is very interesting energy because this feels like a very abundant energy. And it feels like this group is kind of torn into two groups, like 2 groups within a group, especially when it comes to the current energy. So I think for some of you, you are already experiencing a lot of abundance, a lot of blessings, a lot of opportunities that have shown up in your life. And for those of you that are already experiencing these opportunities and these blessings and this abundance, it's because of all of the hard work that you have put in. This is not something that has been gifted to you. This is not something that you haven't earned. This is something that you have worked very, very hard for. For others of you, I think that you are at the cusp of this. I think that you are very, very close to manifesting more abundance and manifesting more blessings and opportunities. And I don't necessarily think that you can see just how close you are, but I do think that you have been doing a lot of the work and a lot of what is required of you to get to where you want to be. So that's absolutely coming through here. And I think for this group, a lot of this abundance has to do with, material things. It could be finances, it could be work opportunities, it could be just like getting some sort of return on the hard work that you've been doing. But for this group, it does feel more financially driven or more like career and finance driven than it does like about relationships. Because there was another group that was similar to this. But that group felt more in alignment with like relationships and that sort of thing, where this group feels very much in alignment with just opportunities and material things and like tangible things that you can really receive and hold on to. And it feels like you've been really doing the work to break through in some area. And for some of you, that's going to be career. For others of you, it's going to be finances. For others of you, it's going to be a combination of both, or a project or schooling, something along those lines. But for this group, I think for those of you that haven't received this yet, or you're not seeing this showing up just yet in your life, I think what you're going to be noticing is that very, very soon, I would say within a few weeks, you're going to start to see all of these opportunities, all of these things start to present themselves to you. For someone here, if you have been manifesting a specific job or a specific career opportunity, just know that that is coming in very, very soon. For those of you that have maybe already applied and interviewed somewhere and you're just waiting to hear back, that is something that can be coming in very, very soon. Also, if you have applied to school, I'm hearing like med school for someone here. So if you have applied to med school, you're still waiting to like hear back or what's going to happen, I do think you're going to receive a very favorable answer coming soon. And it doesn't have to be anything like med school. It could just be like school, or it could just be that maybe you have applied for a professional certificate. There's something here that you are about to receive that you are way closer than what you realize that is coming in very, very soon. And it's interesting because this is going to be a reading about your next big timeline shift. And it feels like when it comes to your current energy, pile number 3, the timeline is already shifting. It's already like right at your step. And for some of you, you are already witnessing that. You're already receiving all of that. And for others of you, you are still kind of in the phase of you can't see it, but it's right at your doorstep. It's right there for the taking. It's right there for the receiving, I guess I could say, because there's something that you are ready to receive that is really coming towards you fast. And that's coming through very clear here. I also think pile number 3, don't give up on something. If you are close to like giving up or walking away from something because it feels like no matter what you do, you're running into obstacles, don't do that, because there, again, you're right at the breakthrough. You're right at like receiving point of something. So keep going, keep moving towards it. And also give yourself a little bit of rest. Give yourself, check in with yourself. What do you need at any given moment? While checking in with yourself, make sure that you are not overdoing it, that you are not exhausting yourself, but keep going on the path that you are on. All right, pile number 3. Let's take a look at the catalyst for this pile. So for my pile number 3s, what is the catalyst here for this timeline shift? And this could be a person, event, or realization that activates the new timeline. For my pile number 3s, what is the catalyst here for this new timeline shift? And again, for this pile, it's a little bit different because I think this is already like right there. Like it's already available to you. We have the World card. We also have the Empress. We have the High Priestess. Wow. And we have the Page of Coins, or the Page of Pentacles. So pile number 3, when it comes to the catalyst, I have to say, I think for many of you, you are the catalyst. For many of you, it's the hard work that you have been putting in. It's your effort, it's your dedication, it's your perseverance. It's you doing what needs to be done to get to where you want to be. I think you are the person that you owe this to. You are the person that has made this happen, and you are the person that is going to continue to make this happen. You've done a lot of what you need to do. And I think for this group, what's interesting here is that you're not only doing what you need to do, physically, by taking actions and by moving towards what you want and like really being intentional and dedicated to the dream, to the idea, to the life that you want to live, but also spiritually, you have been doing a lot of spiritual work where there's been clearings. For some of you, you may have like cut some cords. For others of you, you meditate. You maybe you do yoga. Maybe you do some sort of spiritual practice that has you very much connected. So this feels like almost like a double whammy, right? Like you're doing what needs to be done on the physical plane, but you're also doing everything that needs to be done spiritually. So you're taking the time to cultivate spiritually and physically the things that you want and desire, and you're putting in the effort, you're putting in the connection that you need to self, to higher self, to figure out not only what do I want to manifest, but what is in alignment with my higher self? What is in alignment with my truth and my purpose that I can manifest? So a lot of this is you being in alignment with what is meant for you. A lot of this is also your hard work and dedication. You're taking the steps. You're not taking any shortcuts, right? You're not skipping any days. You're not, waiting for something to come to you. You are showing up and doing what needs to be done. And I think something that is very powerful for my pile number threes, you're someone who knows how to take advantage of the opportunities. It's like spirit, the universe puts the energy in front of you and you know how to transform it into action. You know how to use it with intent. And that can be very helpful when it comes to creating that snowball effect of what I want, what I desire, and where I go from here. So it's like that snowball effect of like it's going to continue to grow bigger and bigger, and it's going to become easier as you go further into the experience or further into the journey that you are on. And it's because you know what is right for you and you are manifesting and creating things that have already been pre-approved in a way for you, right? It's like you have the pre-approval of what you are creating and you're just taking advantage of everything, and it's easy, right? Like when you apply to a credit card, if you have the pre-approval, you just have to fill in a few pieces of information and you accept the terms versus, you're the one approaching a credit card company and then you have to fill out the whole application. I know that's probably not the best example, but that is what came to mind. But that's coming through for this group where you are the catalyst. It's your hard work. It's your effort. It's you being able to respond to the opportunities that are already showing up for you. Let's take a look at what are you shedding? So what is an old belief, attachment, or version of you that can't come along that you are shedding at this time? For my pile number threes, what are my pile number threes shedding at this time? What are my pile number threes shedding? There we go. Bottom of the deck, what do we have? We have the Lovers. I think part of what you are shedding, pile number three, is anything that isn't in alignment with your heart, with your purpose, with your desires. That is what you are shedding at this time. We have the 10 of Cups. We have the 3 of Wands. We also have the Queen of Coins or the Queen of Pentacles. And we have the Page of Swords. So pile number 3. I don't know why I set those cards up like that. I thought it was only 3, and then we had a surprise one. There we go. So pile number 3, as far as what you are shedding, I do want to start by talking about like the heart space, because I think that you are shedding anything that is not in alignment with your heart, with your purpose, and anything that does not feel right, anything that you know intuitively is not right for you. So anything that is causing disharmony, I think that is being removed. And I also think that you are shedding if you have any unrealistic expectations, I do think that that is something that is coming up as something that you should be aware of for this group. So take that as it resonates, because I don't think that's going to be for everyone. I also think that you are shedding almost like this. I'm trying to explain this in the best way possible. So give me a minute here. I think that you are shedding I think that you are shedding fears that keep you frozen in place or that almost like paralyze you. I also think that you are shedding anything that is creating blockages in your life. So there's a big message here for this group about disharmony. Anything that is creating disharmony, anything that is creating blockages, even if it's like expectations of what you should be doing, of how you should be doing things, that is part of what is being shed by this group. I also think that in a way your spirit team is coming through and also doing a little bit of the shedding for you. And what they are shedding for you is anything that is creating some level of anything that is creating some level of delay or anything that would create an obstacle for you and where you are headed. That's absolutely coming through here. Now, also for my pile number threes, there's also a lot of shedding around fears and around like any mentality that says that you can't do something or any mentality that says that you have to do it in a specific way. I think that's very important. And I do think for this group, there is a lot of clarity available to you now about not only what you are doing, but how you are going about what you are creating and what you are receiving at this time. So it feels like your energy is becoming even more grounded. So any sense of disharmony, any sense of like unrealistic expectations, anything that is preventing you from being present in the present moment is what is being shed away. And that's going to be different things, practically speaking, for different people, but it's absolutely coming through. Let's take a look at the door that is opening for my pile number threes. So what is the door that is opening for my pile number threes? So what is this door? What is this main opportunity or chapter that is unfolding for you, pile number three? I'm very curious to see what this is for my pile number threes. What is this next chapter? What is this door? Bottom of the deck, we have the 5 of coins, the 5 of pentacles. Yeah, for this group, there's a lot of ease coming in, and it has to do with the tangible, with the material. This is a pile where you are not going to be feeling insecure, where you're not going to be struggling to make ends meet, where you're not going to be struggling to figure out where your rent or your mortgage is coming from. So I do keep getting this like very monetary aspect to this. We also have, the 10 of coins, the 10 of pentacles. We have the 3 of coins, the 3 of pentacles. And we have the 6 of wands. There's success here. I said this because I got this at the beginning for this group, but it does feel like for my pile number threes, a big thing that's coming through has to do with you have earned something. Whether this is a promotion, whether this is a job, whether this is a new career, whether this is you furthering your career, this is more money, more clients, more opportunities. It feels like there's something here where you are going to the next step. You are leveling up, you are reaching the next step. And this is growth. For some of you, it's, you are going to receive a promotion at your current place of employment. For others of you, this could be you are going to receive a financial raise at your place of employment. For others of you, there's going to be an opportunity that is offered to you that maybe allows you to move either to a new place of employment or move up in the ladder. If you are working in like a corporate job, if you are self-employed, this is more business coming in. This could be more clients. This could be more recognition. This could be, maybe if you do something where you offer a product or a service, somebody kind of reviews you and your business just kind of blows up. If you are an influencer, if you are a social media presence, this feels like your views are going up, your followers are going up. There is a lot of recognition, and through this, you will be receiving financial gains and financial comfort. That is absolutely that's absolutely coming through here. And I think the beautiful part of this is that part of this recognition comes from, yes, your hard work and efforts, but also from you standing out, you having the work ethic that you have, you being yourself. So I also think for some of you, this could be you receiving credit for the work that you've been doing and someone maybe coming in and giving you a bonus or somebody coming in and giving you a raise. This could be you getting a really good evaluation. For those of you that this has to do with schooling, this could be you getting accepted to the school of your choice, your dreams. This to me feels like if it has to do with schooling, it would be like master's, PhD type of level. Like it feels like it would be post-grad. And it's like you're going to the next level. But for this group, as a result of this door opening or this chapter beginning, it comes with a lot of tangible and financial abundance. Like you're going to be able to experience more ease, you're going to be able to experience more comfort, and I think it's going to bring in a lot of peace because you're not going to have to scramble to figure out how you're going to make things happen. And it also feels very good just from the acknowledgement and having a place that is going to just appreciate and acknowledge you. Again, this could be whether you are working for someone else or whether you are your own boss, but there is that like level of recognition where people are seeing what you bring, and there's a harvest here, right? There's a harvest, and it's an opportunity for growth. And I do think for some of you, there is a level of like networking and marketing that is going into this where it's like you're growing, your ideas are being able to be shared in a bigger sphere than they have before. And there's a lot of recognition here. Pile number 3, let's take a look at the hidden door. Once these cards get messy, there's really no fixing them, so we're just going to kind of go with it. So the hidden door is a blessing or opportunity or breakthrough that you don't see coming that also arrives with this like main opportunity. With this main door that's opening, there's a hidden door that comes with it. Let's see what it is for my pile number 3s. Bottom of the deck, look at that World card again. You're opening a brand new chapter. Pile number 3, we have the 8 of coins. Yeah, there's a lot of blessings that feel very, again, tangible, very material. So we have the 8 of coins or the 8 of pentacles. We have the 8 of wands, and we have the 7 of wands. Pile number 3. Through this main door that's opening, something that you don't see coming is that this is not going to be the only opportunity. This is not going to be the only way that you are going to be able to gain some level of growth. It feels like there is an opportunity, there is a blessing, there's something that you get. We've talked about it, right? It could be some sort of like new job, some sort of promotion, some sort of raise. What's interesting is that the hidden door is saying that's not the only opportunity. That's only the beginning. What happens is it almost, again, that snowball effect. It's going to show up with a lot more opportunities for growth where you are going to be able to experience more opportunities. It's almost like it's going to grow bigger and bigger. So for those of you that resonate where this is a promotion, this is then going to lead you to even a bigger place, right? So maybe you get a promotion and you go from, maybe I'm going to use anything here. Maybe you become a manager. Then you may become a director as a result of this. So this is going to come with an opportunity on an opportunity. For those of you that work for yourself, this is saying you're going to see that growth, but what you don't see coming is that there's going to be even more growth and there's going to be even more expansion. I think one thing that's coming through from my pile number 3s as important is make sure that you are taking care of your energy. Make sure that you are honoring your boundaries and your limitations as you move forward, because I do think for some of you, all of these opportunities, it's almost like it's going to come in so quickly that it may feel overwhelming. So making sure that you have a plan of self-care and limitations for yourself as far as how much you are willing to take and how much you are willing to accept and work. Like sometimes it almost feels like you may be the one that has to say like enough is enough. Like I need to pace myself or I need to say no to some opportunities because it's almost like too much. It's almost like the door opens and you're going to have opportunities where you can choose from. And for those of you where you work more of like a 9 to 5, making sure that you have some sort of balance and some sort of work-life balance put in place to protect your energy, I think is going to be very important. So let's take a look at how this affects your path. So what are going to be the ripple effects as a result of this opportunity, this timeline shift? What are the ripple effects for my pile number threes? What are the ripple effects here in my pile number three's life? Bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Swords. We also have the King of Wands. We have the King of Cups. And we have the Queen of Cups. Pile number three, I think these opportunities, this timeline shift is going to change your life in ways that you don't even see coming. I do think that you're going to be feeling more confident. I also think that you're going to be more secure. Again, from like a financial, tangible standpoint, you're going to have the security that you want, that you desire. I also think that you're going to be so much more busy. And this is a message that is coming through a lot for this group, so I'm going to emphasize it here. Make sure that you have boundaries with yourself, with the work, with the opportunities that are coming in. You don't have to accept everything, and I think it's important to be very intentional about what you accept, because I do think that this is going to take up a lot of your time and energy, and I do think this is going to be something that you will enjoy, that you will get something very positive out of, not only from a monetary standpoint, but just like I do think whatever this is something that you are also going to enjoy. But it's important to pace yourself. It's important to take care of your energy. And I would say, like, you know, pampering, making sure that, you know, you're giving your body, your mental health what it needs. As far as the shifts, I think that you're going to be feeling more sure of your path and where you are going and the choices that you are going to make to get there. That's absolutely going to coming through. I also think that you're going to be feeling more emotionally satisfied and more emotionally like just happy, content, joyful. But again, just be careful with not overdoing it, not overworking yourself, and of creating, you know, a work environment, a workspace, a work schedule that honors you, because there's a lot that's going to be coming up that's going to require your attention. But I also think that the beautiful thing is, as a result of this opportunity, you're going to also have more resources available to do the things that you want to do, to practice self-care, to be able to pamper yourself to some extent, to be able to relax, right? Like that's coming through here as well, which is a very positive thing that is going to come as a result of this new timeline shift. Let's see what else we have here. So let's take a look at your role in this shift. For my pile number threes, what action, mindset, or embodiment will help my pile number threes anchor this new timeline? So what is my pile number threes role in this shift? Bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Cups. We also have the Emperor. We have the Ace of Swords. And we have the Tower card. Pile number three, this is very interesting because your role in this is, first and foremost, continue to follow your intuition. Continue to trust yourself as far as what you know, what you are doing, and where you are headed. Your role in this is to continue to connect to your higher self and continue to connect to the universe and follow. It's almost like for my pile number threes, there are breadcrumbs that you are following. There are like you're receiving signs and synchronicities of where to go, what to do. And this is saying, like, continue to follow it. This is also saying, be sure of what, like, have a clear vision of what it is that you want to feel, what it is that you want to experience, what it is that you want to kind of live, right? Like what are the experiences mentally, emotionally, materially, what do you want? And that way you know what opportunity to accept. Because I do think for this pile, there's going to be more than one opportunity that shows up. And what I'm seeing is 3 doors. And you're going to be able to walk through one of those doors, and what you choose is going to be what you experience. Now, I don't think there is a trick door in the sense of like one of those doors is going to lead you, somewhere where you don't want to be, or you're going to end up in a haunted house, or you're going to end up in a fun house. I'm not getting any of that, but I do think one of the doors, one of the opportunities is more in alignment with you and what you truly want and what would be more like most beneficial to you long term and also most beneficial to you overall. It's going to be up to you to decide what is right for you and what you want to explore. And in order to do that, you have to have a clear vision of who you are and what you actually want. Now, these 3 doors, for many of you, it's going to be 3 different opportunities, and it's going to be very similar in some ways, but also very different in others. So your role in this shift is about you remaining aligned, you trusting yourself, you being very level-headed, but also don't forget to bring in your heart space into the decisions that you're going to be making. Now, for some of you, the Tower card is here because there's something that needs to fall apart before this new opportunity falls together. Take that as it resonates. But for someone here, if you have recently gone through like job loss, or if you have recently, something has happened where it was very unexpected, it was very like sudden, unexpected, and it was very destabilizing, just keep in mind that that is actually making room and space for the door that is meant for you to come in. And again, for many of you, there's going to be 2 to 3 opportunities that you're going to be able to choose from. And what you choose is going to be very much up to you. Now, the Tower card is also here saying anything that does not fit that new timeline that you want to live in, that you want to experience, you do have to release it. You do have to let it go. So, it's one of those things where you can't like hold on to everything at once. Sometimes we have to take a chance and release something so that something better can come along, or that something not even better, but more aligned can come along. So keep that in mind, pile number 3. So what is the support from spirit? So we have guidance or protection surrounding you during this transition. Guidance or protection surrounding my pile number 3s during this transition. Bottom of the deck, we have the Strength card. We also have the King of Coins or the King of Pentacles. We have the 9 of Swords, and we have the 4 of Swords. So the universe and spirit are almost serving as a bouncer for you, pile number 3. And I know that sounds funny, but they are really protecting your energy at this time, and they are making sure that anything that isn't meant to be around you, anything that isn't meant to take your time and space and energy, they're not letting that in. So one thing that the universe wants you to know is that they are protecting you by protecting you from what is not right for you. So for those of you where you resonate, where something fell apart or something didn't go through, rejection is divine protection is what's coming through for this group. Like your spirit team, the universe itself has been taking care of you and making sure that anything that isn't meant to reach you doesn't reach you, and it doesn't get in your way. Also, your spirit team is coming through with a message of they've got your back. They are more active than ever. And I do think that this is a group where your spirit team, your spirit guides, spirit animals, just your higher self, they are very much active in your life at this time, and they're really conspiring in your favor. It's almost like they're moving everything together so that everything fits together. For this group, you may have been noticing more animals in the wild or like out while you are doing things than usual. This is also a group where it may feel lately like you are getting a lot of signs and synchronicities. Your spirit team is coming through and saying, yeah, we're absolutely sending that your way. So keep that in mind. This is a group where there is a strong connection to the goddess Gaia that's coming through. I'm also seeing the spirit animal of the snake. I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out what this is. Like, I'm seeing eyes, but I'm not getting a full visual. Could this be an owl? I'm seeing like yellow eyes. Could be an owl. I'm not really being shown fully what the animal is. But you definitely have a lot of protection, pile number 3 at this time. Yeah, the 4 of Pentacles. Anything that isn't meant to be in your space is being removed. And also, I do think that your spirit team is also creating some time for you to be able to like just relax and ground and center as much as possible. But let's take a look, pile number 3, at your future, the future you, right? So what is a glimpse into who you are becoming and the reality that you are stepping into at this time? Let's take a glimpse at this future version of my pile number 3s. Who is this future version of my pile number 3s? Let's take a look. Bottom of the deck, what do we have? We have the 10 of Wands. We also have the Moon card. We have the Sun card. We also have Judgment. Yeah. Some of you, Goddess Athena can definitely be significant. And we have the Queen of Wands. I love this for you, pile number 3. So this future version of you is a version of you that is very much in alignment. This feels like a version of you that has a very good balance between the spiritual realm and the material realm. This also feels like a part of you or a version of you that is very balanced in general. This is a version of you that is in touch with your spirituality, but also a version of you that is in touch with the material world. And I do think for this group specifically, the High Priestess archetype is really important. And I do think for some of you, you have lived past lives as a High Priestess. Let me know if you want me to do a past life reading. But that's also coming through here. And I think that one of the most beautiful things about the High Priestess is the fact that she lives with one foot in the earth realm and one foot in the spiritual realm. So she is able to tap in and get the inspiration, get the guidance, get the information. And then she's able to ground that vision, ground that version of what she's seeing in the spiritual realm into reality. And I think that that is what this future version of you is like. It's someone that is so connected to not only the spirit world, but the earthly realm, to the point where you are manifesting and you are creating your reality in collaboration with spirit itself, in collaboration with your higher self. And this is a part of you that is living a life that is very content. This is a part of you that is living a life that is very purposeful. Like, you're going to be living your purpose and you are enjoying it, right? Like, you're having a good time. You're able to be creative. You're able to approach your life with passion, because I do think for this group, this new opportunity, this new timeline is something that you are passionate about. It's something that you care deeply about, and something that you are very dedicated and just, again, passionate about. And I think that this version of you is living in confidence and living in alignment with higher self. And this is a version of you where manifesting and creating and almost like waving that magical wand and creating the life that you desire is just very, very natural to you. And I think one of the things that you need to know is that life isn't going to be as heavy. Life isn't going to be as demanding as it's been. And obviously, we are humans. We're here to learn lessons. So there are going to be things that come up. But I think that you're going to transition from a life that felt very heavy and very demanding, and it didn't have as many bright spots, to a life where it's going to be very bright and very beautiful, and there's a lot of gratitude and a lot of abundance that surrounds you. And the Two of Cups, you're going to feel connected. And as a result of that, you're not only going to be connected to the life that you are living, but to the people that are around you. You're going to be able to connect with the people that you are meant to connect with. Pile number 3, let's see what else we have for you. So we have mending. Yeah, so this is a time where there's a lot that is being kind of put together that is going to lead you to exactly where you are meant to be. And again, for this group, I think out of all the piles, you are the closest to this timeline shift. Then we have yin. So remember pile number 3 to be in that receptive energy, to allow things to come to you. Because I do think for my pile number 3s, you are at your most powerful when you are responding to the energy, when you are responding to the opportunities. Like, I think if somebody comes in and gives you an invitation, or you get an idea, it's about this group responding. Some of you could be manifesting generators in the human design. And then we have happy. Yeah, this is a group. There's a lot of happiness coming in. There's a lot of contentment coming in. Let's take a look at what else we have. Trusting tricksters. The trickster's only power is your trust. You are always free to withdraw it. And for some of you, you are going to cut ties with energy that was not for you. Now, remember, pile number 3, I think this card is important because I got this. I got 3 doors. I got somebody standing in front of 3 doors. It was A, B, and C. Again, there was no trickery. I don't think it was a trick as far as like you picked door number 1 and there was a snake in there, or there was like a fun house or a haunted house. It just felt like there were 2 doors that would have been okay, but they wouldn't give you the best possible outcome in the sense of what you want and what you desire. So trust your intuition when these opportunities show up for you, because I do think that something may show up that presents itself to be better than what it actually is. So trust your intuition, and you will know. If you connect, you will know what's for you and what's not. Then we have forgiveness. Hurt blocks our light. So pile number 3, being kind to yourself, offering yourself forgiveness, especially if you are angry at yourself for anything, keep that in mind. And then we have lantern. Consciousness is light. And that's the thing. This is a group that you're very tuned in. You are very plugged in. And there's a lot that is just coming your way. And because you can identify that and you can jump on the opportunity, that's what's going to create this timeline shift. And as I said, for many of you, this is just a couple of weeks, if it's not already in your life. Then we have joy. As I will do, so mote it be. Let joy and light radiate from me. And imagination. Imagination now sets me free. Divine ones, I send my thanks to thee. Ooh. Pile number 3, your affirmation for the week. I approach my life with joy and imagination. I approach my life with joy and imagination. Claim it in the comments below, because I think that that is what you need. I think you've been doing everything, and I think this next chapter is going to be your best one yet. And I love that for you, pile number 3. And also the number 7, I think for this group is going to be important. I've been seeing it all over the place. So 777, some variation of 7. Some of you could be a life path number 7. So keep in mind, I think that's going to be your lucky number over the next probably few months that's coming through. But pile number 3, that is what I have for you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. All of those things help me and the channel out so much, and it helps you find me again if you want to. Thank you for being here. Share the video if you think it's worth sharing. I am sending so much love, so many blessings, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye for now.